So, after so many years of being on my spiritual path and trying so many different things, I thought another episode of What is Spiritual Awakening was well overdue. Welcome to another episode of A Few Minutes with Marvin. I inspire those who aspire to make positive changes in their lives. And today in, What is Spiritual Awakening, we're talking about the ups and downs and highs and lows of being on your journey for a good amount of years. What does it really mean to anyone? Am I ahead of anybody? Do I consider myself more spiritual than anybody else? What are the lessons? What have I learned? And what can you learn? So this spiritual awakening journey, my goodness. What a journey it has been. When you start out on your journey, you're so excited about the possibilities, right? Because you're absorbing, everything's new. Everything is so new to you. Because we didn't know, right? We didn't know that we were programmed and we had limiting beliefs and that we had some subconscious things that were keeping us in lack, and we had all these blocks. And we had, the dissonance, and we just didn't know. So it was really cool to just dive deep into everything that just came your way, right? Remember those days? I remember them fondly. And every now and again, I revisit one or two of the things I've done in my past. Now that, I see it from a different perspective, and I'm still learning from them. Even people that I watched at the beginning of my spiritual journey on YouTube and other platforms that I've since, just moved on from. Now I can go back and see them for what they were and what they mean to me now, and see them in their growth, right? In their spiritual growth as well. It's amazing. It's amazing to see that. This phase of the spiritual awakening, I'm going to call the quickening, because you get to a point in your spiritual growth where you're doing a lot of the work and you're doctrinating to the soul, and you're taking steps back and you're taking steps forward, and you're going 3 steps back, then you're going sideways and you're going this way, right? It's a roller coaster, and you're banging your head and things are starting to hurt. And then you find medicinal properties that now speak to you. And some people go down the road of ayahuasca, and some do psilocybin, and others do hape, and then still others like me do our cold training and our Wim Hof breathing techniques, and there's yoga and there's qigong, and the list goes on and on. But at some point in my spiritual growth, I really came to a point where I was like, well, what else is there? Yeah, we get to that point. And that's called the spiritual ego, and we go into that spiritual halfway house, right? Because we're now so spiritual that we're way up here, and we came from way down here. Now we're way up here. We have to bring ourselves back into balance, right? And when we go to that other extreme, we're in the spiritual ego, where that's for me, it wasn't a great place to be, And I experienced it, and I allowed myself to experience it. But then I knew that balance had to be the key. So in your quickening, right, in your fast track to even more spirituality, and owning that you are God, right, and owning that you are this spiritual being, the witness behind these eyes, choosing these experiences, right, separating yourself from ego and from the subconscious mind, or bringing the subconscious and the conscious minds into alignment, into balance. Where do you go from here? Everywhere. Everywhere. the bottom line is that spiritual awakening is about experiencing, gaining wisdom and knowledge, not for the sake of blaming somebody else, not for the sake of saying, look what I know and you don't know, right? Not that, all right, well, I know that this isn't real and that's not real, and I gotta change the world and tell the world about it. Those are all great, noble things. This is how you can be of service. But know that once you get past a certain point, you realize that some of those things that you're doing that you think you're being of service are actually ego-based, right? And us still wanting to save the world. Don't get me wrong. In my now space, on my still spiritual awakening journey, because we're always waking up and learning something new, I really know now that just being me is being of service. Yes, when there's opportunities for me to give and be there and help and feed others, you know, absolutely take advantage of those opportunities when they're there. Do I have to go out and seek them now to make myself feel worthy or believe that I am being of service? Because if I don't, then I'm not being of service. That doesn't exist in my world anymore. I don't have to force myself to go do anything. Not that I was forcing myself to help others, but you know, when you're on a spiritual path, you go out of your way, right? And then you have to battle with, well, is that the nurture in me? And you have to heal those things, right? But that's all part of the journey. This is a journey, folks. It's a never-ending journey from my perspective. Spiritual awakening path is endless. It's eternal, just like we are, just like our souls are. Now, will some of us get off this pony ride sooner than others because we're dizzy or faint or tired? Yes. But guess what? When you've done that and you shed this body, this vehicle, you're only going on to your next experience. So it just never ends. This is my journey. This is my truth. Because I see things from so many different perspectives now, and I'm still learning. And things are still coming up that are hidden, that'll come up, and now I see them clearly. I sit with them, and I either make a new decision or make an old decision. And I know that old decision is going to take me back, but it's not a bad thing. You know, sometimes we get too far ahead of ourselves, and maybe we need to step back there a minute, right? To bring us back into alignment, bring us back into perspective, bring us back into balance, right? Because we can't get all the way up here, right? Because then that makes us, that's the polarity again, that's the duality. Now I'm up here and you're down here. No, that doesn't exist for me anymore. Just walk in the line, being myself, because now I've done the work on myself to know that I'm being authentic. There's no more hiding anymore. There's no more lies to be told. There's no more people pleasing to do anymore. There's no more agreeing with somebody just not to offend them anymore. I speak my truth. And if it offends somebody else, I'm not sorry for that. Right? That just means that that's something that they have to experience, and they have to choose to heal within themselves, even though they're thinking it's me, right? Because again, it's that mirror. They're projecting it onto me. I'm bouncing it right back to them. Not in a harsh way, or just, I'm here. You want to make more of this than there is? That's the experience you're choosing. I'm grateful to meet you. It doesn't matter. And I don't get those people in my world anymore. It's just that energetically, I'm not in alignment with anybody else's agenda, with anybody else's negative thought patterns, right? I can see them, and I can, if they ask for help, I can certainly help bring that to their light. But I'm not here to heal them in that. That's the new part of this journey I'm on. anybody is on their path that needs the help, that wants the help, that's looking for the help, and come to me, I am grateful to be of service, right? But I'm not going out there judging people for where they are and saying, you need my help. It doesn't even enter my mind. It did. Of course it did. It enters everybody's. I can't generalize. A lot of people go through this, where we just feel the need to help. And what we're doing is we're pushing our own opportunities to be of service away. Our unique soul opportunities, right? Because there are other souls aligned with other people that will be of better service to those people. We can still hold love and light and compassion, right? But we do that by holding that light within ourselves. I was fortunate enough to meet these beautiful souls from from this 3D perspective, young souls, mid to late 20s at most. And they were hosting a cacao ceremony. I've done those in my past, but I didn't get into the whole ceremony of it. So these young, beautiful souls, oh my goodness, they put on an amazing ceremony. They honored the tradition of the cacao. They honored the whole meditative aspect of it, the sharing aspect of it, the intention aspect of it. They brought in the light drums, and they had the circle going. They created such an amazing space where I just had to be there. I didn't have to participate, right? I didn't have to interject, right? Because there's a lot of sharing that goes on. And yes, I shared some of my truths, but I was more happy to be reserved and sitting with that beautiful cacao and listening to everybody else and their gratitude. And then, through it, we have a meditative state where, it just got really intense, and I had a lot of visions come through. And at the end of it, I was so grateful for the experience. I hugged everybody there, and the two main gentlemen that put this together, individually at separate times, came and thanked me for my energy. I wasn't intending to be the bright star in the room, although in my visions the lighthouse came again. I've had a lot of visions with lighthouse and never knew what that meant. Yeah, it's a beacon of light, blah blah blah. But now I knew that I was a lighthouse in that moment. It was my light that was shining, and the confirmation was these beautiful souls coming to me at the end of this saying, thank you for your energy, it was amazing. I didn't think I wasn't putting any effort to it. I was just being in the moment. I was enjoying the ceremony. I was participating as the observer, right? I was watching my body, this Marvin Camacho body, laying down, interacting, sipping that beautiful cacao and really taking it in. That's what I was observing. Not Marvin the ego saying, oh, you kids can learn from me. They're not kids. Souls aren't uneven in age. There's no such thing as age or time in the soul realm. In that now space, we were all just souls being one with each other. And it was beautiful, right? Physically, you can see that, yeah, I'm double their age. Me and Tracy that went with me, we're double their age. Didn't matter. What they were saying was profound and reached me and touched me, right? And what I was saying reached and touched them on their soul levels, not as a wiser person or a more spiritually advanced person. No, it was a whole level playing field. We were all in balance together. There were no egos. There was just love. And when those beautiful souls came and thanked me for my energy specifically, I'm like, there's nowhere else to go. I'm already here, but I'm here every now moment. I'm just being. I was being authentic in participating in the ceremony. and people could feel it. That's beautiful. It's not ego. I'm grateful for the work that I've done. I celebrate myself, not out of ego, but this is my intention. And as long as I keep my intentions flowing, I'm always in alignment with the universal subconscious mind. So new things are flowing through me, new energies are flowing through me. I'm getting involved with new things. I have a video on the X39 patch that I wear now. Well, I gotta take it off. That I have to take off. But it's not about that, right? It's not about pushing product, pushing my spirituality, pushing my programs. The people that are going to be in alignment with that and with what I do as a spiritual transformation coach will find me, because my intentions, I planted the seeds. That's what planting the seeds is. Our spiritual journey is about planting these seeds and not looking back to see how they're growing. You know, making sure they're watered with our own intentions, our own moving forward. That's how we water the seeds that we planted, right? Continuing us to grow, not looking back to see how, you know, it turned into a sapling and turned into a tree, whatever. That's the effect of our cause. We don't need to go back and get our confirmation anymore in this part of my journey. I just keep moving forward, and it comes to remind me every now and again. It's like, hey, look, remember you planted me, and now look how I've grown. And now it was nothing that I did. It was all the work that they did. They did it. Was I part of it? Absolutely. Did I shine light on it? Absolutely. But they had to do the work, just like I have to do the work. So I honor them and congratulate them, and I congratulate myself for doing the work on me. That's how I'm of service. That's what spiritual awakening is. The quickening. When you don't have to wonder if things happened anymore. You don't have to wonder if all your things that you're trying to attract to the law of attraction are coming. You already know they're here. Whether you feel them or see them physically or not. You planted the seeds. You don't have to watch it grow. When it's fully grown, it's going to come back to you. And that's the true law of attraction there. So, I am so happy. I can't tell you. I don't even have to think to be happy anymore. Before, you know, you have to fake it to make it. Oh, I'm happy, you know, and that's good. You need to do that. But now, in this quickening, and I went to a meetup. This isn't my terminology. I went to a meetup group a couple days ago, and the topic was the quickening, and everybody shared their own individual thoughts on that. But it's so relevant now to where I am on my spiritual journey that I chose to make this video. I was actually inspired to make this video. I didn't have a topic in mind, but yeah, I'm on the quickening aspect of my spiritual journey, but it's never going to end. That's the point of this video. You're always awakening to something, right? Because there's so many layers to this. Just stay on your path. Be an allowance more. Allow things to unfold as they are meant to unfold. Try not to control things so much anymore. I realize now that I was trying to control a lot of things. And the less I control anything, the more beauty is continuing to come. Because it already is. I tell myself every day, how much better can it get than this? And it always does get better. So, intend for your life to get better. And always say, how can it get any better than this? Right? With love and appreciation and gratitude, no matter what situation you're in. And you'll see those new shifts. And you'll start recognizing your quickening on your spiritual awakening journey. So, keep doing the work. Keep planting the seeds. Don't look back. They're being watered just with your own growth. Keep growing. And even if you have those moments of doubt, that you don't know if you're doing it right, or you want to quit, think about it first. Give yourself the time and space, right? Take a step back. Stop watching the YouTube channels. Don't do yoga this week. Whatever it takes, right? Meditate less, meditate more. However that resonates with you. And you're going to see the changes. And you still have people like myself, spiritual transformation coaches and coaches all around, and people all around, mentors and gurus that are here to help you. So if you still need that push to find the worth in yourself, to believe that you are God and that you are creating your own noun space, and get you back on that path and help you hold yourself accountable, here's the link to my website, or just, go on the internet and find somebody that does resonate with you, and take a leap of faith, right? Make that investment in yourself, in your self-worth. And you're going to see miracles happen in your life, and you'll get on your quickening path sooner than later, because it's never any other time than now anyway. So it's always now. Be here now. Stay on your spiritual awakening path, knowing that it never ends. You're just growing. You continue to evolve. And even if once we die, it continues. It's still a spiritual awakening. Enjoy it. And have an amazing day. Have an amazing life. Be present, now and always. Reap the rewards. Allow them, accept them, receive them. They're yours. And if you like the contents of this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and leave a comment. I'd love to know where you are on your spiritual awakening journey. Doesn't matter. It doesn't, it's not by comparison. It's just to hear where you are on your journey, whether you think it's a success or you're having struggles. Somebody can help you, honestly. And subscribe to my channel if you're so inclined to do so. I'm truly grateful, blessed to be here with you. Thank you so very much for spending a few minutes with me. Many blessings.